Hello everyone, JSGC here, and we're here for another Manchester City transfer update. Like always, make sure you leave a thumbs up if you enjoy this video. Make sure you subscribe, press the bell and put your push notifications on if you're interested in daily Manchester City transfer updates. You can go and check out my social media links, which you can find in description below and popping up on screen too, and make sure you let me know your thoughts in the comments below. So we're going to crack on with this video, and we're going to start off by talking about the ins. So we're going to first up talk about Kalidou Koulibaly. I hope that's how you say his name, but Italian sources are continuing to link him with Manchester City. However, sources in the UK, they're saying that this just isn't true. So it's led to the question, like, will he be joining Manchester City or not? And to me, no. Whilst his price is so high, so I've heard 120 to 130 million euro, while the price is so high, Manchester City won't be paying that, and so we won't be signing him. Literally, that's where we're at with that situation. So, to me, no, that's pretty much it. But things change. If they lower the price, which I'm almost certain they're not going to, then Man City might negotiate. But we've worked with Napoli before. They're not a team that budge easily. They're not going to want to lower their price. They're only going to increase the price. City aren't going to pay the price for that, and so to me the transfer's a no-go. And to be honest, we're getting a little bit bored of City getting linked with him, but there we go. Just thought I'd clear the situation up with regards to Koulibaly, and I probably won't be talking about him again unless things change, which I highly doubt. Now, next up, just like we have for the last 6 years or so, every single transfer window isn't complete without Man City getting linked with Isco, and it's happening again. Literally, this has become so bad that it's become a good meme to me. So I'm delighted that we're getting linked with Isco. We won't be signing him, but I'm happy that we're getting linked with him. Happens every single window, and like I said, it's not a transfer window with City unless we are getting linked with Isco. So there we go, that has been fulfilled. So we'll move on and we'll talk about new name alert, which comes in the form of Jose Cifuentes, hope that's how you say his name, is an Ecuadorian 20-year-old midfielder. Don't know anything about him. Apparently, they were reporting in the press that it's going to be the Battle of Britain. Celtic and Manchester City are chasing him, according to The Sun, and City, because they can't get him on a work permit, if they were to sign him, would loan him to Jerome. So we'll keep an eye on that situation. It reminds me of a few players that we've been linked with this summer where we've ended up not really signing any of them and loaning them out, but ended up missing out on our top targets as they go to other clubs. So this might be another one of them situations. We'll have to wait and see. Being a bit slow with the ins, we've not got much updates with our usual players like Roderick and Cello, etc, etc. But you know what they say, no news is good news, so hopefully something might be announced in the week. Fingers crossed. Anyway, we'll move on to the outs now. It comes in the form of Cameron Humphreys. He's left Manchester City on a free contract and he's signed for a new club. He's going to be moving to SV Zulte Waregem, is that how you say their name, over in Belgium. He goes on a free contract, and this is under the advice of no other than Vincent Kompany himself. Said to him, move over to Belgium and make the move. So he's moving to a new country, new culture, risky move. I appreciate that. I think it'll be a wonderful move for him. I hope he goes and cracks it over in Belgium, and wish him all the best of luck in whatever the future does hold for Cameron there. And hopefully he goes and aces it out in Belgium. I'd like to see more players from England actually head out abroad and see how they do, because it's good. They'll learn a lot. And when you're learning a lot, it'll make you a better player. Not just English players staying in England, but English players heading out abroad. More and more players are starting to do this, and I think it's a wonderful thing. Next up, another player from City's academy, Kian Breckin. People probably don't know who he is. Don't worry. 15 years old. He's a target anyway, apparently, for Barcelona's youth academy. And in response to that, Manchester City, they're trying to get Breckin on new terms to stay at Manchester City. He is a attacking midfielder, like I said, 15 years old. And if Barcelona's after him and City are desperate to keep hold of him, then he must have a lot of promise. So it'll be interesting to see if he does go to Barcelona or stays at Manchester City. Next up, we've got an update with Paulo Fernandes, a player that always seems to head out on loan. He's out on loan last season at NAC Breda, and according to the Scottish Sun, he's wanted in Scotland from Kilmarnock, which to me would probably be a better move than a move to NAC Breda. If you remember with NAC Breda last year, they didn't like the City players that were sent out on loan and chose not to play them, so none of them progressed. So if he's going to get game time north of the border in Scotland and he ends up impressing, then that would be wonderful for him, and it also be wonderful for Kilmarnock. And the Scottish Sun are normally quite reliable with their information, so I can believe that there is genuine interest from Killy in Paulo Fernandes. Now next up, and I found this extremely interesting in my opinion. Now, I'm hearing the first flickers that Claudio Bravo may be on the move this summer. Nothing official, no bids have been made, but there is some reports just going round that Claudio Bravo is currently thinking about his future. With the incoming of Isco, which I said could have been yesterday, I'm hearing rumours it could be today, so it's imminent. It's coming sometime very soon, so AC Isco from Eibar will be joining Manchester City. That could come very soon. But it's made Bravo think about his future, and because of that, he's thinking, should he leave? But I was under the understanding Riesco would be Manchester City's third choice keeper rather than backup keeper. So if Bravo does leave, we might see Muric stay possibly at Manchester City. If he doesn't and heads out on loan like we expect him to, and Bravo does indeed leave, are we going to sign another goalkeeper, or are we finally going to call up Grimshaw? That would be incredibly a bold call, losing a player of quality like Claudio Bravo. I know a lot of people have mixed opinions on Bravo, but he is a good quality goalkeeper to have, certainly a second choice. I can't name you many better second choice goalkeepers out there, if I'm completely honest, and so signing a player from Eibar that's used to playing second fiddle and using Daniel Grimshaw used to playing for the EDS would be a risky move to go along, particularly with if Ederson does end up picking up any kind of serious injury. So we'll have to wait and see on that front, but I'm just hearing the first flickers that Claudio Bravo might be on the move. Only a might, but he currently apparently thinking about it. Now, we spoke about Muric then, we've got an update on Muric, and apparently Manchester City wants some assurances on Muric's playing time that he'll be the number one at a team where he does head out on loan to. City want him to go to the Championship, that's according to The Sun. There's interest from Nottingham Forest and from Preston North End, and one of them clubs are probably going to need to say that he will be the number one for him to go and join them. I was expecting him to join Nottingham Forest. Preston kind of cooled their interest, but the name's getting mentioned again, so it'll be interesting to see where he heads out on loan. But to me, this needs to be the right move for Aro Muric for him to improve. Last thing you want is for him to go out on loan, have a bad loan, and then move on from there, because obviously he's down the pecking order at Manchester City. He's had a bad loan and all of a sudden his value's down. Clubs are going to be a little bit more hesitant on taking him on loan, so this needs to be the right loan move. City need to make sure this is correct, and they're taking the time with it to make sure they do get it right, which is good. Now we've got some contract news. Both of these sources are coming from The Sun. They're saying that Ilkay Gundogan wants a pay increase and he wants a new 4-year deal at Manchester City and wants to renegotiate his current deal at last. So he wants a new contract at Manchester City, which is good. He's willing to commit. We finally got a little bit of a breakthrough with Ilkay Gundogan after things have been a bit stalemate. We was under the understanding that he wanted to sign a new deal. Seems he's got his demands ready there, so City will have to negotiate that and see if we can get Ilkay Gundogan on a new deal. Obviously there was interest, a heavy interest coming in from Germany in Ilkay Gundogan's signature, but it seems that he's ready to commit to Manchester City, which to me that is good news. And we've also got an update on the other German at Manchester City in the form of Leroy Sane. Now it's been reported by The Sun again that Leroy Sane doesn't want to return to Germany. He doesn't like the pressure there that he's under, always in the limelight. The media's always getting on his back. A couple of bad games and all of a sudden everyone will be criticising him. He doesn't want to be involved in all that, and it's been reported in The Sun that he's going to snub a move to Bayern Munich. However, there's still not been a breakthrough in a contract extension, so we've got good news that he doesn't want to go to Bayern. However, it's a bit frustrating that Leroy Sane still won't commit, and I know some fans are extremely unhappy that Leroy Sane is not showing the commitment it takes to want to stay and be at Manchester City, and I kind of agree, because you get an indication that Leroy Sane does want to be here, but doesn't want to fully commit. He wants to see if there's like better options or something elsewhere, which is incredibly frustrating, because all we want is Leroy Sane to commit and put his head down and work hard. He does that. He's got the natural talent to be an extremely wonderful player for himself and for Manchester City and as part of the team too. He just needs to work harder. So it'll be interesting to see if City can get some kind of renegotiation with the contract, because we know the longer this goes on, the more his value will decrease. And like I said before, if City were to sell, now's a good time to sell. Contract runs to January, he'll be worth less. If it goes to next summer, he'll be worth even less than what he's worth right now. So we're talking 90 to 100 million pounds at this moment in time. It'll be a lot less come this time next year if he's still not signed a new deal. And I'm sure all the Sharks at Bayern Munich, and I don't like their transfer policy, by the way, getting all the players and all of their public figures to speak about Leroy Sane and bigging him up and everything, trying to twist his head and turn his head away from Manchester City. I don't like that tactic, if I'm completely honest. there we go, what do you expect? But there we go, that's been the video. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a thumbs up so I know that you enjoyed this video. Make sure you subscribe, press the bell and put your push notifications on. We're aiming for 4,000 subscribers. We're less than 150 away, so hopefully we'll be able to hit that in the next few days. Any help towards that will be much appreciated. Thank you everyone for the continued support, by the way. It is much appreciated. Don't forget, you can go and leave your thoughts in the comments below. Let me know your thoughts. Do you want Gundogan to stay? Do you want Leroy Sane to stay? Where do you think Muric will end up? Are you happy with the incomings? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And also, don't forget, you can also go and check out my social media links, which you can find in the description below and popping up on screen if you want to go and check them out. Of course, go and follow me on Twitter and I'll keep you up to date ASAP with everything happening with Manchester City news and transfer news as it happens before I put it out on YouTube and bringing you Manchester City news first and fast. So there we go, that has been the video. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all again tomorrow for the next daily Manchester City transfer update. So it's been JSGC. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Peace. Ciao for now.